Yo, what is up YouTube? It is your boy Bobby D, and I'm back again with another hot, juicy video. And as always, I'm joined by my guy, Steve Cook,
Bobby.
here in Austin, Texas.
Thanks for having me back.
Appreciate you being on my channel. As y'all know, Steve's well known in the hair industry as a national hair consultant. And today, Steve, we're gonna talk about, I'm always on Reddit and YouTube and always hear those horror stories. If you get off the Finasteride, all these terrible side effects are going to be there, and maybe probably are going to last forever. So I just wanted your thoughts. Is that something people should fear, or what do you think?
Well, Bobby, I've been doing this a long time, and I've been in this industry for the entire time that Finasteride, or at one time Propecia, had been launched. And at the time, it was like a miracle cure for hair loss. I still believe that. With any kind of medication, I think you're always going to have some reactions that can occur. And by the way, as everybody knows out there, I'm not a doctor. I have no medical training. But what I can share with you is a tremendous amount of experience. And when I say that, talking to people, and not talking to them on the computer, talking to them, whether it's, through the computer or in person. And the bottom line is, and how I would address any of these concerns with Finasteride, is that the industry, we just don't see it. Now let's take a step back for a second. What do we mean by that? If you go online, go anywhere and try to Google side effects of Finasteride, side effects of Propecia, that's where all these things pop up. And it's pretty scary, especially to the young guys. I mean, God forbid, someone like Bobby, who's out there starting his life out, is gonna have, forever, you're gonna have been cursed that you can't go in the bedroom and have an experience in there. That's not something to look forward to. Why would you take that risk? Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist by any means, but it just seems to me that some of these things out there are kind of like the big fish story, where every time you tell the story, the fish got bigger that we caught out there on the fishing trip. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that there's no such thing as side effects, because that's not true. What I do like to do is use my experiences when I talk to patients, when we talk about getting them on a medication and then they come back in 4 months or 8 months or 6 months or a year, and how they've, kind of experienced or what they did or did not. And the numbers are pretty much the same as what Merck saw in the 12-year case study, which is about, your age, 30 years old or so, about less than 0.5% may have some type of, maybe a little less ejaculative fluid. You may have some sort of a reduced sex drive. Now that's extremely minimal. 30 years old, you're not going to know that anyway. So when we hear really catastrophic cases like post-Finasteride syndrome, it's sad. And I don't want anything to happen to anybody. As a matter of fact, I've told a lot of people this, that the first time someone calls me back and says, you're on YouTube, you're pretty good at just being honest, and I trusted you and I went on this medicine and I can no longer have sex. I think I know that'll be the last time that I'm gonna talk about it out there, because God forbid that should happen to someone. So I would be very careful what's out there online. Obviously the computer, the internet is the #1 driving force for people that can go and look at things in the privacy of their own homes to find out real good information, but you need to be your own judge. Talk to your family, talk to your doctor, find out what may work best for you. I was afraid to fly when I was a young man, and everybody told me, so you're just gonna sit in New Jersey for the rest of your life? Eventually I got on airplanes and didn't get any crashes. And of course, yes, there are plane crashes, but not a lot. So the last thing I'll say in regards specifically to post-Finasteride syndrome is that there seems to be some cases out there of men that have had some issues once they get off the medication, that call this post-Finasteride syndrome. And then there's some email chains and whatnot that go on out there. And I'm connected with a lot of different doctors throughout the country, and I am just not hearing this. I have never heard once of a doctor in San Francisco or a doctor in Long Island or a doctor in Connecticut say, hey, Steve, just so you know this, because you're out there on YouTube, we had a serious case of post-Finasteride syndrome last week, and we're really looking into it and exploring it. And we're signing up our patient with an endocrinologist. You need to be aware of this before you put out any more information. It's never happened. I don't know if that makes you feel any better, but that's the way it is. And for me, of course, I'm way passionate over the top with hair loss and saving people from hair loss, right? And I just want you to have that opportunity I didn't have to stop your hair from falling out. So that's my feelings about the side effects of Finasteride.
Awesome, yeah, because I've been taking it every day, and I think it's really helps, thickening my hair and everything. And preventing it from falling out. So, it's up to you to take it, consult a doctor. And as always, if you like the video, like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.